Queen, Fat Bottom Girls. This is in a drop D tuning. Okay, so make sure you get that E, drop it down a whole step. Pick that open D power chord there. And this is a lot of just kind of like open D chord, picking around, like pulling off of like, the 3 of the A, 3 of the D, stuff like that. And just messing around with that open D chord basically. So it's going to kick off here with this intro. And the intro will have, like a lot of similar elements to like the verses, but it's slightly different on it. So a little looser, a little more kind of techniques in there. So just to start, we're going to do this kind of power chord descending thing here. We'll go 5, okay, to make that G, 3s, and then hit the open for the D. All right, and we're going to be doing this where we're taking the part of the D chord, we're going to end up on our second of the G3 on the B with the open middle D. Okay, but we're going to want to slide into it. So basically just that one fret. Okay, and then just strum it regularly. So it's like this type of vibe. Okay, and you want about 3 measures worth of that. Okay, and then this next measure, we'll strum it again, and then do a couple of just open strums on the D, G, and B. Okay, so it's like, alright, just a little, kind of a loose jumping around of different things going on here. And get back to our sliding into the D chord here for one more measure. Okay, next measure, hit it again. Do a little descending scale here on the A, where we're at 3rd fret, 2nd, pull off to open, and then hit 3 on the top D here. Okay. Alright. Alright, back to our sliding D. Okay, and then do our 5, 3 to open on the top here. Okay, so essentially we're just kind of, in the key of D here and just jamming around on that and just throwing in these various techniques with it. So it can be pretty loose, pretty improvisational if you want, but this is kind of like what is happening in the song for this part. So try this first half of it here. Okay, next part of the intro here. This is kind of where like the vocals will get going. And this is, resembling a little closer to like is what happened in the verse. Okay, so we'll start with the D and we'll be doing our kind of slide into the D style for one measure. Okay, next measure, hit it again. Now we're going to pick down, okay, with the 3A, 2A. All right, because that's going to lead us to our A chord for the next chord. Okay, and for that we're just going to strum it a couple times. Okay, next measure, strum it again. Hit our 3 on the top D to open. Okay, and then get back to our D sliding in for a couple measures. Alright, now a new chord. We're going to slide into a G, which is basically just 5s on the top D and the A, and then strum that. Okay, one more time for the next measure. Scale down to the 3, open. Okay. Okay, back to our D for a couple strums. 3 on the A to open A for the A chord. 3 on the top D to open to D. Okay, so put that together here. Alright, now we get one of a couple of interludes that happen. And basically it's just going to do what happens in the very beginning of the intro. we're going to do our, 5 to 3 open on the top D and the A, and then slide into our D chord for about 3 measures. And then just end it by hitting the D chord and resting. Okay, so. Alright, into the verse pattern. Basically, we're going to slide into that D chord for about 5 measures. Okay, and then hit it one more time. Then we go 3-2 on the A to lead us to our A chord. Strum it a couple times. Okay, strum it once more for the next measure. Do our 3 to open on the top D. Okay, back to our D chord for 2 measures. Alright, and you're starting to notice here that part in the intro where it resembled. Okay, and we're going to slide into 5s on the top D and A. Okay, go 5, 3, open. Back to our D for a measure. 3 on the A to open for the A. 3 open on the top D to D. Alright, now the chorus, where it gets real kind of chordy, I guess. It's going to start with a couple measures of D. Okay, to C, new chord in here. 1 measure. To G, so just hit 5s on the top D, middle, A, middle D. Okay, 1 measure. Back to D for 2 measures. C, A, do a 3 open on the top D, back to D for a couple measures, okay, to our G, okay, and then 3 open on the top D, to D, 3 on the A, open A chord, 3 open on the top D, to D. Okay, now it kind of throws a wrench in it here where it goes back to G real quick. Okay, and then I'll just end on a D, A, D. Alright, so put that all together for you. Second interlude starts off with a G chord, and you kind of want to play this big, so we'll do like a 5 on the top D and the A, bring an index down and do the G on the bottom E here, and then just hit opens on the rest of it. Okay, get that nice big G chord there. Okay, just strum it a couple times. Okay, to D a couple times. Couple quick A chords. To D at the last beat of the measure. Let that carry over the next measure. Okay, so. Alright, now we'll come back to that, the first bit of it again. Hit the G's again. A couple D's. A couple quick A's. But now we slide up to a G power chord here. Get us into our next verse. Alright, and all the chords are the same for this verse as they were before. but there is a new element here where we're getting some like lead parts kind of really subtly in the background. And basically all this is just some like bending inside of a G pentatonic here. So it's like 6th fret, and we're just going to bend that, you know, once and let it go for a couple measures. Okay, and now we go to 5 on the G, bend that. Okay, back to the 6 on the B for one time. 6 on the E once. Back to 6B. And then this one here, we only do one measure, so go right from there to a 5 on the G. Okay, and just let that go for the rest of it. All right, in the outro, here it's kind of just like wailing away on the D. And yeah, so just, you know, really loose improvisational going on here, but just mixing in a lot of like D chord, and then like, you know, pulling off of like 3 open on the A, 3 open on the D, you know, scaling down 3, 2 to open on the A, just mixing in all that stuff. So just to get you started here, it's doing something like sliding into the D chord here. Okay, pulling 3 open A, 3 open D, back to the D chords, 3, 2, pull off open to A, pull off open, 3 open to the D. See? Okay, so just mixing around those, playing around in those like scales. Okay, and even like a little bit of lead comes in at the very end of this, where it's just bending 13 here up on the B. Okay, bending it again, releasing it to 10. Okay, bending 12 on the G to 10. Okay, just kind of doing that repeatedly, just. Okay, and you can play around with that too. It's basically just, you know, the D minor pentatonic. And just fades out from there, and you should be all set. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.